Yo, peace was good. Welcome to installing my CD collection. This is part 29. Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry for the lack of videos. Yeah, just been busy and shit with life, you know. Also, I also want to apologize from the last CD collection I've done, part 28. When I said it was part 26, but it's 28. So I want to apologize for that. I mean, I know it's not a big deal, but you know, some people, you know some people are. But anyways, enough of that. Hope everybody's New Year's starts off great. You know, hope this year is a better year than last year. Last year for me was kind of like bittersweet, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how life goes. But anyways, enough of that. You guys are here about the CDs that I'm gonna show you guys. All right. First album of this video is Warren G's debut album, Regulate G-Funk Era, released in 1994. Everybody knows Warren G. He was part of the whole 213 crew with, excuse me, he was with, you know, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, cause you know, Warren G's, Dr. Dre's stepbrother, so, you know, but yeah, fucking dope album, man. Singles design was known for, this DJ, Regulate, and I believe Do You See, which was also a single. This is classic West Coast hip hop right here, man. I kind of wish the West Coast would make this kind of music again, like G-Funk, which they don't really do anymore. It might sound too old school, but I don't know. It's just, that's what I miss about the 90s and 80s, because, you know, each region had their own sound, and you don't really get that nowadays. Like, you know, you have cats from New York sound like South niggas, and vice versa. And it's just weird, man. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really feeling that, but enough for that. This is a dope album, and if I'm not mistaken, this is actually his best-selling album to date, based on the song Regulate. I mean, that's a classic song. I mean, you might not know who Warren G is, but I know everybody and their mom has heard that song. I mean, that song was actually featured on the Above the Rim soundtrack, another dope soundtrack, very dope. This is the only Warren G album I have. I haven't peeped his other albums, but I know he has a couple other albums. But yeah, Warren G, Regulate, G-Funk Era, released in '94. Like I said, if you guys like mid-90s West Coast hip hop, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. Warren G, fucking sick. Then we got Eve's first album, Eve's Ruff Ryders First Lady, or Let There Be Eve, Ruff Ryders First Lady, released in 1999. This is Eve's first debut album that she ever came out with. She came out back in the in the late 90s, you know, under Ruff Ryders, obviously. Yeah, man, fucking, I like this album a lot. You know, when the whole Ruff Ryders thing first came out, I wasn't really feeling that whole movement. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. To me, it sounded way too commercial. Like, it was too digital for me. Like, you know, I was so used to like Wu-Tang and Def Squad. Like, that was my thing. Like, you know, but over the years, I just kind of like, okay, I kind of started appreciating it. Like, maybe like a year later after it came out, you know. But yeah, man, this is a sick album. I like it a lot. The singles his name was known for Got a Man, which I believe was the first single, and Got a Man and Love Is Blind, which was a single too as well. Which is what kills me is that Let's Talk About, which was big back in 99, 2000, because I remember High 97 used to play that song heavy. It was in heavy rotation, and there's no video for that song, which makes no fucking sense, because to me, in my opinion, I think that was like the biggest song of this album, in my opinion. It's like what really introduced Eve to the world, you know what I mean? But you know, whatever. That was actually a dope song, actually. But yeah, Eve, Ruff Ryders First Lady, released in 1999. Pick it up. You get it for dumb cheap. So, my opinion, this album and Scorpion are her best albums, in my opinion. Her other albums like Evolution and the other albums, I just wasn't. I don't know, just wasn't really feeling it. But yeah, this is Eve, her first album, released in 1999. Then we got Ruff Ryders' second album as a collective, because everybody knows Rough Riders, you know, consisted of, you know, mad people like LOX, you know, DMX, Dragon, Eve, who else? Young One, Larceny, like all these cats, Cassidy, like there's so many affiliates from the Rough Riders camp, you know what I mean? It's like hard to keep track of. But anyways, this is the second one that came out in 2000. The first one was Rough Riders Ride or Die Volume 1. That's a dope album as well. Get into this album. This is a sick album. This is actually the first one out of the whole collection that I bought. Out of the 4. I don't have part 4. I'll get to that. But anyways, yeah. Singles I'm known for is Vol.II featuring Young One, Snoop Dogg, Scarface, and Jadakiss. I mean, there's a video for that. Check that out. Got It All featuring Eve and Jadakiss. I fucking love that song. That's dope. The beat is so ill. To me, this is when that whole Rough Riders was like invading the game. Like, it was either Rockefeller or Rough Riders, and there was like they took the game by storm, especially in New York at that time. Because in my opinion, I feel like Rough Riders kind of changed the sound for a short period of time when it came to like hip hop, like East Coast hip hop in a sense, where like a lot of people started using more keyboards, not keyboard samples, but like using more keyboard, like Triton, electronical keyboards and stuff like that. If that makes sense. Yeah, using like less samples and more keyboards and shit like that. And I think that's where you got the term keyboards beats from, and I believe they're responsible for that, which is not a bad thing. But if it sounds good, if it's done right, then it's good. Me personally, I'm all for samples because I make beats myself, and I like, there's nothing like samples, but like I think the term keyboard beats came from them because they were using a lot of keyboards and stuff like that in their beats, but they sounded ill. But anyways, my opinion, out of the 4 that came out, I know Redemption, which was part 4, came out in 2005. I don't know if they came out with another one after that. I think Redemption was like the last one that came out. But out of the 4, this is actually my favorite one out of the 4. I like this one first. I think maybe because this is the first one that I bought and I loved, and then I bought the first one, and then I bought the third one. Part 4 I don't have, don't plan on getting it. It just wasn't that good because by 05, like, I don't know, the sounds changed and it just didn't sound right. Like, excuse me. Their best times in their prime years, in my opinion, was like from like 1998 to 2001, and then like after 2001, I just, you know, a lot of people started losing interest into them, you know, because at that time it was all about Jay-Z and Nas, you know, with the whole Jay-Z and Nas beef and stuff like that. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you guys like old school Rough Riders, old school like Dragon, LOX, DMX, like that old Rough Riders sound that I miss, like Swiss Beats, when he actually made dope beats, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. This is Rough Rider Volume 2, Ride or Die Volume 2, released in 2000. Pick it up. Then we got CunninLynguists, A Piece of Strange, released in 2006. CunninLynguists, everybody on my underground has known about CunninLynguists. Known for No, KNO, Mr. SOS. I'm not too familiar about CunninLynguists. I mean, I've heard of them, but I never really peeped their music like that. I saw this FYF used for like $9.99, so I was like, yo, let me pick this up. For what I understand, a lot of their albums are out of print, but I believe Southern Underground was re-released, if I'm not mistaken. But I know albums like Real Rap for Food, Dirty Acres are out of print, and this album included. So I was like, when I saw this in stores, I was like, yo, I have to go cop that, you know, just without, you know, no argument. But yeah, I actually like the song. It's actually pretty good. The beats on here are dope. No's a dope producer, very slept on. A lot of people don't really give him the recognition that he deserves. I feel like his sound is boom bap, but it's like on a different level of boom bap. Like, his beats are very atmospheric, and that's what I like about it, you know. Yeah, No, he's a dope MC and producer. But yeah, very sick album. I will definitely be doing a review on this album. on all the albums that I showed today, I'll definitely be doing a review. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is CunninLynguists, Piece of Strange, released in 2006. Next album, Xzibit, Restless, released in 2000. Everybody knows Xzibit. Everybody should know who Xzibit is. Unfortunately, a lot of people only know Xzibit from the Pimp My Ride show that came on MTV back in the early 2000s. It was canceled, but he's actually an MC. Like, the dude could spit. Xzibit, he's known for his affiliation with the Alcoholics, the Liquid Crew, who was founded by King T, another dope West Coast legend that doesn't get a lot of recognition as well. The Liquid Crew was consisted of Xzibit, obviously, King T, obviously, Alcoholics, the Far Eye, who else? Feel the Agony, the Barbershop MCs. It was like a whole bunch of them cats. But yeah, this album, singles album's known for, I believe there's 4 singles off the album, which is Front to Back, X, which I believe was the first single off the album, if I'm not mistaken. Get Your Walk On, and Don't Approach Me featuring Eminem, which were the 4 singles off this album. Overall, this album I like. It's good. It's not as good as his first 2 albums, At the Speed of Life and 40 Days, 40 Nights, which I need to get my hands on 40 Days. That's a dope album too. But yeah, this album's actually pretty good. It's like I said, it's not his best, but it's not his worst. In my opinion, I believe to me, it's like his last good album. His later albums, you know, he kind of started going towards the mainstream. As you can kind of hear on this album, he started going more for the mainstream sound. But it was still good, you know what I mean? When mainstream music, it was actually pretty good, you know, but at the time, you know. But yeah, released in 2000, Xzibit, Restless, pick it up. Next album, Triple Threat DJs, Many Styles. This was released in 2003. I didn't know who these guys were. I just picked it just based on the strength of like the guest appearance on the album. These guys, I believe they're from the Bay Area. I believe they're from San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 2 DJs. You know, the guest appearance are Zion 1, Zion I, dope group from the West Coast, Rob Swift from the Executioners and Rock Raider. Rest in peace, Tully Kweli and Main Flow from Mood. Mystic, another dope female MC from the Bay Area. She's dope. Main Flow again and Gore Pell, dope singer. Main Flow and Black Door of the Roots. Souls of Mischief, everybody knows Souls of Mischief. Rock Rule, don't know who he is. Planet Asia, dope MC from Fresco, fucking dope. Reggie Gong. And that's it. This album is like a turntablist album, which I'm not a big fan of, but you know, unless it's like the Executioners or like DJ Revolution or something like that. Overall, I didn't really like this album. The production was kind of boring to me. The guest appearance that I mentioned didn't really save the album. I thought the album could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. Didn't really care for this album. I just picked it just on the strength of the guest appearance, so I was like, okay, let me pick it up. Never heard of it. Picked it up. The beats was to me was like the main problem with the album, the production. I don't know, it was just boring to me. It just didn't really capture me like that, so didn't really care for it. Would I recommend it? I don't know, unless you were like a DJ or something, if you're a fan of them. And I believe this is their debut album, so yeah, I don't know too much about them, but what I've heard, I didn't really care for, to be honest with you. But yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't like it. I don't recommend it, but if you guys like turntablist albums, then you'll definitely enjoy this. But you know, don't expect like Executioners, you know, that type of shit. Then you have Q-Tip's second album, or unofficial. Well, now I'm gonna call this his second solo album. Everybody knows Q-Tip. Q-Tip, lead rapper of Tribe Called Quest, the long classic defunct group Tribe Called Quest. This album came out, was supposed to come out 3 years after Amplified. It was supposed to be the follow-up of Amplified. It was supposed to come out back in 2002, but it got shelved because of the sound that Q-Tip was going for with this album. This album has like more like a neo funk, neo soul, kind of like a fusion funk type of joint. Like, it's pretty dope. It's pretty different from his like what you expect from Tribe and Amplified. But yeah, expect a review from Amplified. I'm gonna do a review on that album, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, Q-Tip, Kamaal, they have Abstract. Like I said, it was supposed to come out back in 2002. It was recorded in 01. Supposed to be released in 2002. It was shelved. But he actually released this in 2009. So you finally get your hands on this album. If I'm not mistaken, this album was actually leaked years ago, but I didn't really hear it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like it. It's pretty dope. Expect a review on this album as well. But yeah, like I said, it's very different from his Tribe stuff. Obviously different from his Amplified, like his first solo album. So if you're expecting those, you'll be pretty disappointed with that. But like I said, the sound he was going for was very different. It was ahead of his time. It's shit that people are doing now. He was doing in 02, but you know, like I said, people were scared of taking risks. You know what I mean? But so it's funny how that works, especially in hip hop. But yeah, Q-Tip, Kamaal, the Abstract, released in 2002. Released in 2009, but recorded in 2001. Supposed to be released in 2002. See how much time I got left? Alright, so that's time. Then I got Mayhem Lauren's debut album, Self-Induced Illness, released in 2011. Mayhem Lauren, for those who don't know what Mayhem Lauren is, he is a member of the group Outdoorsmen, which consists of J Love, Action Bronson, Take It, Hologram, Animal. There was like a whole bunch of them cats, but yeah. For what I understand, they no longer. I mean, they still a group, but they don't make music together as much, or they haven't done it in the last couple of years. But Mayhem Lauren, he's known for his affiliation with J Love. That was J Love's artist. You know what I mean? That's what really put him out in the map. Yeah, this is actually a pretty dope album, man. I fucking love Mayhem Lauren. Like, what I like about Mayhem Lauren is that he to me, he reminds me of those MCs that you would hear from like the mid 90s, from like the independent 12-inch movement, you know, like the Stretch and Bobbito movement at that time, like from like 95, 96, 97. Like, he kind of reminded me of that, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like about him. Like, his music kind of represents that era, in my opinion. Like, you can feel it, you know what I mean? Like, when you listen to this album, like, you feel like you're in New York, you feel like you're in Queens. He's from Richmond Hill, Queens, which is not too far from me. Richmond Hills is probably like, what, 10, 15 minutes away from my old neighborhood in Springfield Gardens. But yeah, fucking sick. Fucking love his polo collection. It's shit that I probably would never get, but you know, it is what it is. You never know. But yeah, Mayhem Lauren, fucking sick. Highly recommended. Expect a review on this album. Then you got Mayhem Lauren's second, I guess. This is like more like a mixtape, but I treat it like an album because, like, you know, obviously like original beats and stuff like that. Respect the Flagship, released in 2012. The funny thing with this album was actually released on South by Southwest back in 2012. It was recorded in 2 days. They recorded this shit in a hotel room, and they just like recorded right there on the spot. So it's just like so ill how they did that. Very dope. I love this album, or mixtape, whatever you want to call it. I call it an album, more like a street album in a sense. Very sick, very dope. Harry Fraud and Tommy Moss. Dope producers. Harry Fraud, I mean, wow. I mean, he's a talented producer. Like, what's ill about him, he's very versatile. He can make down south beats, he can make East Coast beats, he can make West Coast beats. Like, he's dope like that. Highly recommended. How you can get these albums is because these were digital, like, except for the Self-Induced Illness, which was a hard copy, but then it went digital, and the hard copies went out of print for a couple years, because I remember when it came out, it went out of print quick, and it was very hard to find. But how you can get these albums is go to his website, mayhemlauren.com, or you could go to mayhemlauren.bigcartel.com, and you could buy, like, you know, the CDs. He's selling shirts, like his own shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely check it out. And you have to have a PayPal to get those shits. So if you have a PayPal, if you don't have one, it's pretty easy to get a PayPal. If you got like a bank account, you do like online. If you have like online account with your bank, you just add your PayPal with your bank account, and then you should do your transactions there. It's pretty easy. But yeah, Mayhem Lauren, Respect the Flagship, released in 2012. Pick it up. Then you got Mayhem Lauren's brunch meetings, mandatory brunch meetings, released in 2012. It was later in 2012 that it was released. I believe it was released in, I want to say like October or November. Like, it was either between September and October of 2012. But yeah, this is like right after Respect the Flagship. Very sick album. I love this shit. There's some controversy with this album. Well, not this album per se, but it was one of the songs of Kelly Kapowski. Normally because fucking Pitchfork. Everybody knows Pitchfork, who's like you know, like they the Pitchfork magazine, who also do reviews, kind of like a Rolling Stone, like up and coming Rolling Stone. Even though they've been around for a while, but whatever. They kind of dissed Mayhem Lauren because of the song Kelly Kapowski, saying like, oh, the song is about Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. But what he's really talking about is about cocaine, you know, white girls, cocaine, you know, shit like that. Like, if you're not into like drugs, or if you're not like into the streets, then you probably would know, or you know about that shit, then you probably would never know. But yeah, that's what he talked about. And he actually made a song called The Lorenovich Angle, which he's pretty much dissing the whole song towards Pitchfork. You know what I mean? Saying like, yo, like, you guys, you know, you guys are not real reviewers, you guys are not music fans. If you guys would know, you know, you guys would know what I'm talking about if you're hip hop heads, you know. And I kind of agree, and I'm kind of glad he did that, because, you know, you got some of these critics that think they know about hip hop, but don't know shit. But yeah, man, mandatory brunch meetings, released in 2012. So much time I got left. Alright, this fast. Then we got Supreme, his beat tape, released in 1995. He released this in 2013, last year. But this is a collection of beats that he's done over the 90s, like in the mid 90s, that he submitted to Sunz of Man and Wu-Tang, but they never picked it up. Why, I don't know, but these beats are fucking sick. Like, if you guys like mid 90s Wu-Tang sound, like that Wu-Tang sound from the mid 90s, like I do, like that dirty sound, you'll definitely enjoy this album, this beat tape. How you can get this is Cyclops.com, SYKLOPZ.com. That's his website. You can buy it from there. You can buy it digitally, or you buy a hard copy. Me, you guys know how I am. I like the hard copy. I like to buy in the physicals. You know, if I'm gonna get the digital, I might as well download for free. That's just my opinion, but whatever. Very sick. I love this shit. Yeah, I did a review on this, so definitely check that out. I think that was like the last video I did. But yeah, very sick. Like I said, if you like old Wu-Tang, you'll definitely enjoy this. Enter the Sioux, beat tape, 1995. Pick it up. Then you got Unreleased beat tape part 2. This is the follow-up from the first one. This was released in 1996. Another joint that he's submitted to Sunz of Man, Wu-Tang. They didn't take those beats. Although there is one, I'm gonna do a review on this, and the next time that I'm supposed to do a one full-length review on 2 albums. This is one of them, and the next CD I'm gonna show you guys. Excuse me. But there's a song called Monolithic, which is featured on this beat tape. That was actually used on a Trey Bag song. If You Could Bag, I think it's I forgot the name of the song. When I find it, I'll post it down in the description box. But yeah, very dope. Highly recommended. Very dirty, very grimy. Just to let you guys know, the quality of these beats are not the best, but it's the best that you can hear them, you know, because like they were digitized from cassettes, so you know the sound of cassettes are very warm, very fuzzy, very, you know, it has like a real low quality sound, but it has that real warm sound, and that's what I like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Supreme, Beat Tape, Unreleased Beat Tape Part 2, 1996, pick it up. Then we got Automatik Greatness Rapoliticz, released in 2014 this year. It's supposed to be coming out this year. Supreme himself saw my Beat Tape review and he liked it, and he sent me a copy of this and the Unreleased Beat Tape, and he wanted me to do a review on this album. So this is the first album that he's released, that he's produced for like in a long time, that he released a full-length album from Sunz of Man. Like Sunz of Man, like he did their old album. This is the first album in years since the last shall be last, even though there was like a whole bunch of producers on the album, but this is like the first full-length album that he's produced since then, so that speaks a lot. But expect a review on this album, but so far what I've heard I do like, so there we pick this up. And last but not least, we got this album called All in the Family, that's the name of the group, and Smoke Diamondz, released in 1998. From what I understand, this group is from Philly. I don't know too much about them, but from what I heard, when I listened to the album, I really like it a lot. It's very dirty, it's very gritty. It's what you expect from 12-inch indie hip-hop, underground hip-hop from the late 90s. Very dirty, very underground sounding, very street. You'll definitely enjoy this album if you like that sound, really like that Stretch by B2 sound. You'll definitely enjoy this. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. That CD collection. Stay tuned for more videos. I hope you guys enjoy that. Peace.